Well, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Fitness Coder. Today we'll be seeing a new problem. It's called spiral matrix. It's a medium level problem of Leetcode, and today's video is going to be a little bit more lengthy because of the approach of this problem. As you can see, the example one is given. It's a 3 by 3 matrix, and clearly we have to print the output of this matrix in the forward direction of arrows. For the convenience, I have taken this matrix into a separate window. As you can see here, I have mentioned the forward direction of arrows in green color. It goes from 1 2 3 6 9 8 7 4 5, and the same output is given here, and same goes with the matrix of 3 by 4. Similarly, the output to approach or to discuss the approach of this problem would be like to have these 4 pointers as mentioned on the screen, and these 4 pointers should be moving in the forward direction of arrows all the time. So meanwhile, while going ahead with the approach, I would be suggesting us like to go ahead. As we discuss the approach, we should code the approach so that it won't be a confusion for us to understand in a better way. So it was 1 2 3, so we are covering first row at first. First approach, or first you can say first decision that we are making, it would be like 1 2 3 first row. So it is like going from start column to end column, and meanwhile our start row remains the same. Let's code it. So yeah, we need one list of integer to return our answer. We have taken one list, and here we are making sure how many rows are there by matrix length, and again how many columns are there. So we are considering first column here, and these are the columns, and in return we need our total number of elements present in this matrix. So it would be row into column. Going ahead, we need one counter to make sure that whether all of the values or the numbers present inside the matrix are covered, and here we are checking up to covering those elements. So while count is not equal to total num, we would do some operations. So first time, as we have discussed, here we must go from start column to end column, so it will be first row. So let's write code for it. First row, so we need one parameter, it going from start column and up to end column, and meanwhile we have to keep on adding this answer from the matrix. And here we are going from start column to end column, so start row remains same and start column keep on updating, which is denoted by I currently. So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and code. Start row will remain same and I will be incremented. Again we are incrementing the count. As we are iterating over it, we should make sure that this count is not equal to total number. So even if at any point if it reaches up to the total number, this loop should break. We are moving ahead. So in the second part we need to cover end column. So 6 and 9, this 6 and 9 should be covered, so that it's like we are moving from start row to end row. So it's like from start row to end row. So and end columns remains the constant one. So let's code it. Here it's a last column you can say, and for that purpose we need this for loop again. Here we are starting from start row and going up to end row, and these remain same. So here, as we have discussed, end column will be the constant one, and start row, it is the one which is updating frequently. So start row we have taken as I, and end column will be the constant one. So we have covered the last column as well. Now we have to cover this 8 and 7 part, which is the end row. So we are covering this end row, and here what we should do, that we have already covered this end column by considering 6 9, so we should decrement this end column now, because this column, last column, has already been covered. So next time when we come to it, it should not be the case that it is being considered again. So here end column should get reduced. Previously when we were going from start column to end column, start column to end column, so at that time we have covered the start row, the first row. So next time the start row should also get updated. So we missed to update that. We should do it. Start row should get updated. So we have covered both. Now moving ahead, we need to print this 8 to 7, which is the end row, and this time end column will be pointing to the column number 1, and meaning considering 0 index, and we have to go from end column to start column considering end row remains constant, so that 8 and 7 should be considered. So same, this loop we need again. Here we are considering end row, and it would be starting from end column, and end column is having a greater value, so greater than equal to start column, and these all remain same. It is a greater one, loop in going in reverse direction, so end column to the start column. Here end row remains constant, and this I which is pointed to end column will be moving. So end row remains constant, end row, and I is the one which is keep on updating. And once we have done with this end row, we should update the end row, so it would be decrementing. So considering it's 0 1 2 index, 0 1 and 2, 2 is covered now, so end row will become 1. Here we need to update accordingly, end row will become 1. Again we came to the first column, start column you can say. Here we have already covered 7, so we need to consider this 4. So it is like start column, the one we are considering. So end row should go up to start row, and start column will remain same or will remain constant. So let's consider that it would be first column, and we need this loop. In this case it is starting from end row, and as it is a greater one, so will be greater than equal to start row, and this counter condition remains same, and I minus minus, because we are starting from 2 and going up to the 0 or 1 or start row, whichever the value is. And in this timing start column is remaining same, only the end row which is moving. So it started from end row, start column remains same, I and start column. Here once it is done, we need to update the start column, because this has been covered, and next iteration 5 should be the one which has been considered. So start column which was 0 previously should be updated to 1. So that's what we are printing here, start column plus plus. And now all the scenarios that we have covered here, in the end we should return our answer. So let's check it whether it's giving a proper value or not. Okay, it's running. Okay, error, it's asking us cannot find a symbol, start column. Okay, we forgot to declare these variables, right? So we need to make sure that these variables should be present, equal to 0, then start row equal to 0. Again we need to deal with end row equal to matrix dot length, this one, and end column. So end column was considering any column, its length, this one. So all the variables we have covered now. Let's run it again and see what the output comes. Okay, it's running fine for 3 by 3 matrix. Let's try for 3 by 4 whether what result we are going to get. So running for both. Let's hope it runs fine. Okay, accepted. Let's submit it. Try submitting it. and yeah, 0 millisecond. Yeah, that's great. Okay guys, so that was all for this video, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Thank you.